how is your weekend progressing? We hope that you're all doing well. We are hanging in there. So, all right. Housekeeping things before I forget are as follows. Those of you that want to or have signed up for the September event, A Change of Seasons, tomorrow night is the cutoff. That means you have to have sent me your picture of your canvas to my email by tomorrow evening, Pacific Standard Time. So, say 8 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. So, if you still need to do that, or you want to try to squeeze in there and send me a pic and say, oh yes, I'd like to be in it, quickly guys, because we are at the cutoff. Also, I did mention in my unboxing of the Diamond Art Club Canvas Spirits, which I just did a day or so ago, that the prizes will now be 10 a week. So there'll be 5 on Wednesday and 5 on Friday. There'll be a total of 40 prizes given out during the month of September while the event is in play. Also, be sure that you have watched the sneak peek videos, both the premium canvases and the budget-friendly canvases, also the accessory video. So you have an idea of which ones you want. Make a list. I will do my best to let you know which ones have been taken off the market as each person that wins the prize takes their selection. That way you'll try to be current as much as possible. What I'm trying to do by all of this, just so you're aware, is I'm trying to expedite getting you your prizes when you win on the spin to win wheel. There are going to be 64-ish of you so far. So if we are dragging our feet on each one and there's hemming and hawing and not sure which, what canvas you'd like to get, it's going to delay everybody's everything. So please watch the videos, the sneak peeks, have an idea, make a list which ones you would like if your name comes up. So you can just shoot it over to me. Here's my mailing address. Here I want, B7 and P5, and I like the little balloon cover minder, and I could use any accessory that has to do with a drill pen. That would be perfect. That I can put together quickly and get it out to you. Okay, so that's my goal. Not trying to be a nag here. I just want to make sure that we're expediting things as quick as we can, because there's a lot of you guys and I don't want anybody to be delayed. Okay, so that's what's happening. Also very important, and this is my bad, I have forgotten to tell you guys this, I'm so sorry. Anytime you post a picture of your canvas you're working on for this event, anywhere, any social media, any of that, YouTube, any place, please add the hashtag Diamond Paint with Friends 2024. Please add that. Again, that's hashtag Diamond Paint with Friends 2024. That way, Crafty Chef Diamond, who is the overall leader of the group that is sponsoring our September event and allowing me the privilege of hosting for you guys, will be able to monitor, what's happening, where it is, what's going on. There is a Facebook that is dedicated to this group. You can contact Crafty Chef Diamond or Diamond Art Joy if you would like to know what the Facebook is, where it is, what it's called. They'll send you a link so you can get in. I am not part of Facebook as a personal choice, so you have to reach me on Instagram or in my email, okay, which is always in the description box in the basement of the video. Okay, so much for the boring stuff. Hi everyone. It's good to see all of you, or at least hear all of you, or know all of you are there, whichever.
It's scary.
Yeah, it is a little bit. We did get some more questions from you guys. Thank you. So we're going to do our best to get through those. Sugar Ray Crafts, I did get the rest of yours from last week, and actually we did get all the way down till I think the last two or three. Three looks like. 3 questions from last week. And then I did get your list for this week, which I'm happy to report. Managed to print out the whole thing. Okay, so we are going to get started. If we get everything answered and we have any time left, we'll just hop on a subject that will not be politics, but something else. And we will go ahead from there. So again, welcome to the WIP N Chat. Missed you guys. So glad that you've been monitoring what we've been saying and listening, and your feedback's been really nice. Thank you for that. We appreciate it. Glad that we're not boring you to tears. How sad would that be? So let's get on here with some of your responses. Shado51. Hi, welcome. You're new to us, so it was nice to see you. How are you doing? Hey guys, what are your favorite words to live by? Mine, instilled by my mom, are don't say I can't, rather say I'll try, and judge not, lest ye be judged. So that's the first one, Neil. What are your favorite words to live by?
Well, going back to my military career.
Must we?
Yeah, because that's where they come from.
Okay.
The first one is called the 6P principle. And that is prior planning prevents pitifully poor performance. That's the nice version.
Good thing you used that one.
And the second one is, if you can't effing do it, you can't effing stay.
Charming. I think for me, my parents, bless their souls and may they rest in peace, were big believers in, if you're going to do something, do it right the first time. So, yeah, they were big believers in you do not need to handle the same task 112 times. Do it right, do it once. And so, I think that's the one of the words I live by. And I think also, and it took me a long time for this one, but I'm really glad I did, has a lot to do with learning and understanding how to set boundaries. Maya Angelou is notorious for saying, when someone shows you who they are, believe them the first time. They know themselves better than you do. It's so true. It's very important that you realize where people are, not what you would like them to be, not what they are telling you they can be, but right where they are. It will be important for you later, if not for them. So, and that one can be hard because I would prefer to be able to think, the best of everyone all the time, but I've been burned enough to know better. And that's one of the beauties that comes with age. It's once you've been around the block once or twice, yeah, you kind of recognize trouble when you see it, and you're a lot less likely to get into it. So, yeah, that's probably the ones I live by the most. That was really a good question, Mike. We appreciate that. His next question is, what are your favorite diamond painting subjects?
Well, I've been trying to find Western stuff because I like Westerns. And I purchased one a couple of weeks ago, and it's an okay canvas, but I thought it was going to be bigger than what it was. Other than that, I like animals. I I like the scary stuff. I also like the dragons, but I'm not totally obsessed with them. Wendy doesn't care for landscapes, but I don't mind an occasional landscape, but not just, you know, trees and hills and stuff. I want something in it, something that looks interesting. A few months back, I did a landscape that had a pretty creepy castle in it. I thought that was neat.
For me, obviously, I know all of you are saying, oh my God, we know exactly what it is. On the count of three, everyone, 1, 2, 3, dragons. They are my favorite thing of all, and I am obsessed with it. Thank you very much. I happily admit it. They are my absolute favorite, the Western dragon style as opposed to the Eastern dragon style. In other words, I don't like my dragons with whiskers and beards and stuff. So I like the traditional Western dragons, you know, the fire-breathing kind that you see in all the fairy tales and whatnot. Those are my favorite. After that, it's any fantasy character. I like elves, I like sorceresses, I like fairies, I like, you know, you name it. Dark or light is okay with me. It doesn't matter to me if they're good or bad. I just like them. I like a good horror type canvas. Pennywise is my favorite horror
Genre.
icon person. So, but you know, I'll take a good Jason or Michael Myers or, you know, Annabelle or any of those are fine with me. So, yeah, those are my favorite. And I like the occasional cute little fuzzy animal. I think that's fine too. I've purchased quite a few. I haven't completed all of them, but I've completed a few of them. A lot of dogs. You know, we love dogs. We have 3 dogs. And so I like to see how those dogs are doing. We have little dogs. So, yeah, those are probably my favorite. So thanks a lot, Mike. Shado51, thank you for those questions. Those are great questions. And again, welcome to the channel and to our WIP N Chat. It's great to have you here. All right. So, Pamela Heading says, cheese grits, fried catfish fingers, and some hush puppies in the panhandle of Florida. Wow. Okay, you may have mine, because, whoo, no thank you. Let's see. So it seems 2705 says she thinks a good name for the members of the channel would be Diamond Painting Slayers. That one's kind of cool, I gotta admit. How do you guys feel about it? Let me know in the comments. We're gonna do a poll here pretty soon with some of the names that have been suggested. And actually, Slayers has come up a few times. So, you know, if you can think of a better one, let me know, because we're going to put them in a poll. I'm going to shoot them out to you guys so you guys can let me know what you'd like to be called when I refer to you. Okay. Master of Jedi 1206. Hey, how you doing? How is the weather across the pond? Our friend Jedi Master is in the UK. So, hope your weather's cooperating. Okay. Let's see. Oh, she says that she believes in the barter system as well, which is great, the barter system. And hopes our dog is doing okay now. He is. He's actually doing much better. He's more or less back to normal. Never could determine what caused the seizure, but it seems to be over. So thank goodness. Whether or not he's going to actually just have them occasionally, we don't know. But there was nothing that could be traced down to what actually caused it. But he's doing fine. Thank you for asking. She says she would love to come over to our land. It'd be interesting to learn about different foods, manners, etc. And yes, please do. We would love to see you. Here are some questions. With Christmas ever looming, oh my gosh, is it? I mean, this whole less than 90 days thing, oh, giving me heart palpitations. Okay. What present would you love to get for Christmas?
Oh, our RV, of course.
Wow, wouldn't that be cool? You know, we've been talking about getting an RV for a long time because, well, for one thing, all of our grandkids are way away. We've got 2 of them in Texas, and we've got 3 of them in Florida, and here we are in California. I mean, they can't really get further away, you know, and it's really upsetting. Thank goodness for FaceTime. But, you know, and we've recently made some pretty good friends that are on the East Coast. And so, yeah, we would like to get out there. And I've never been further east from California than Nevada. So what does that tell you? And there are places I'd like to go along the way. I've never seen the Grand Canyon. I would like to do that. And I would like to go and see the Navajo Nation. So, yeah, we would like to be able to do that. But, you know, when you get to a certain age, things that you need to have near you at all times, you know, a refrigerator to put your medicine in, and, you know, a bathroom, and a place where you can sit and cook, and somewhere where you can sleep if you need to pull over and rest. So we really do need an RV. We want to get a motorhome in the worst way. So yes, that would be amazing to get that for Christmas. Oh my God. Okay, I think I would like, outside of that, I think, what would I like to get for Christmas?
Cotton candy.
No, not at all. I think I would like, wow, you know, that's a hard one because I've been really lucky. I have everything I need and most everything I want, so I don't really have a lot for Christmas. I have all the craft supplies I could possibly need. I guess I would like to get for Christmas lifetime membership to diamond painting companies. Probably would be cool. You know, where you could get them free. Wouldn't that be cool? Just to go, you know, hey, Diamond Art Club, yeah, I'd like to get, you know, free canvases for life. You don't mind, do you? Okay, great, thank you. Dreamer Designs, Oraloa, Art and Soul. That would be outstanding. Wouldn't that just be the coolest thing ever? Someday we'll have to put in their suggestion box. Offer that. In the meantime, we'll just go with that. Do you believe in any folklore tales like King Arthur, Robin Hood, etc.?
Well, you know, there is historical proof that a good number of these people existed. Whether all of the folklore stuff about them is true is another matter.
But the question was, do you believe in them?
I believe they existed.
Okay. I think there's some basis in reality, for at least for the names. I think that there are people that existed with those names. I hope that there's some authenticity to it. I would like to think that there were, you know, knights of valor and young maidens and, you know, kingdoms that ruled more or less mercifully, and, you know, swashbuckling people that, you know, did what they needed to do in their time so that we would have our time. I think it's fun to think about that. So I'm going to say yes on principle. Who knows? And last one for Jedi Master. What one of the 7 wonders of the world would you like to visit?
think it'd be cool to see the Egyptian pyramids, but I sure wouldn't want to travel there.
That's so funny. I was going to pick that one too. Yeah, if I could just make it less hot in Egypt, that would be really cool.
Well, not just less hot, but less dangerous.
Yes, less war-torn. Yes, that would be good too. Are there any others you'd want to visit besides Egypt?
Not that would be considered the seven wonders of the world, no.
Okay. I always thought it would be cool to go see Stonehenge, but now that they've brutalized it, I that just makes me nauseous. I can't even imagine. I don't know. I don't know where we have gone wrong as a society where people think they can spray paint Stonehenge, a structure that has been there for such a long time, and has, you know, great reverence about it, to try to make a point. I wish people would learn that defacing important structures or statues or whatever is not the way to get your point across. So it's going to defeat your own purpose, and it's going to make people angry. So not a good way to get your cause considered. So yeah, thank you, Jedi Master. Those were wonderful questions, per usual. Love you to pieces. Hugs, hugs, hugs. Okay. All right. So now we will go to the rest of Sugar Ray Crafts questions. And thanks for giving us some more for this week, Ray. So we didn't just have the three from last week, or this would have been a long WIP N Chat. Okay, so let's finish up from last week. What is your favorite memory?
Wow. Well, there's a long string of memories that I have with my best friend that I grew up with, that we've talked about occasionally. I met him in second grade.
And when you consider these men are in their 70s, that's saying something.
And when I think one of the major memories that I have with him and a couple of other of my friends is that when we were 17, we hiked the John Muir Trail in California that goes 220 miles from Mount Whitney to Yosemite Valley. And we did that in 17 days. And it was quite an accomplishment. There were several times that I personally thought, you know, this is too much for me. But I made it.
Nice. That is a good memory. When you think about, you know, you get to really experience a success. That's kind of cool. My favorite memory, I think, was when our birth mother at the time, my first husband and I, gave birth to our son. That was such a momentous time for us. I mean, I had been ill for a year and a half and barely made it out of that with my life. And then we had another whole year of infertility, and it was like, and then we were on the adoption roll for 7 or 8 months, and we were picked by her. And yeah, she came out, and we were parents for the first time, which is an amazing feeling. You're only a new parent once, and yeah, I mean, I can still I can still, I can smell what the room smelled like. I can see him being born for the first few minutes. I can see what she went through. I mean, all of that is so vivid. It's like it happened yesterday, and he's turning 35 in just a few days. So I think that was probably my favorite memory, because we wanted a child so badly and could not have one. And then when we decided to adopt, we didn't know for sure how long the wait would be, or whether or not we would pass all the screening and have all the paperwork filled out correctly, and just all that other stuff. And so, yeah, to see him born, and then a few days after that, to be able to take him home was just, I mean, it was a living dream. How often in your life do you get to experience a living dream? So that's probably my favorite. I enjoyed it too when my second son joined our lives. He was 13 months old, and we took him home out of foster care. But the adoption wasn't final until he was 5 years old. So that was a very long haul for a variety of reasons, which I will not go into here, but suffice it to say, that was not quite the experience of the first time. And then, I was every bit as happy when my youngest son came into the world, because I didn't know he was coming. I didn't know that I was going to have him until I was already in month 5. So that was something. You go through a lot when you are told you will never have children, and you grieve for that child that you'll never have, the one that you hoped would look like you, or the person you love the most, or your parents or someone in your family. That, knowing that child will never be here is a devastating thing, and you have to go through the mourning process for that. And then to find out apparently there's been a resurrection because he's on his way, and you have 4 months to get used to the idea. It was quite a thing. So I am beyond grateful for all of my sons and how they came into my life through, let's call it non-traditional ways. And I wouldn't have traded it for all the tea in China. So, yeah, I think those are my favorite memories. Next question, Neil. What's a weird smell that you really enjoy?
I can't really think of one offhand, truthfully.
I think it's the weird part that's throwing me.
Yeah. Well, I kind of like the smell of gasoline. Is that weird?
Probably. I used to like it when I was a kid. But, yeah, it's a different kind of smell, that's for sure. I love cinnamon. I love anything made with cinnamon. I love, cinnamon bears. You name it. I love cinnamon. So anytime anybody is cooking with cinnamon, hog heaven. I just love it. It's wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Other than that, I think a freshly bathed baby or small child, they smell delicious. It's so much fun. So that's probably my other favorite smell. I don't know if it's considered weird, but yeah. Don't really like many weird smells. Most of them I dislike, so. Yeah, it's kind of funny. I didn't really realize how much I relied on my nose. I knew I relied on my eyes and my ears a lot. Didn't realize how much I relied on my nose until we had COVID and I couldn't smell. And that was the weirdest sensation. I mean, it really was odd. I hope I never go through that again. What do you wish you had more time to do, Neil?
I don't know if it's time to do, but ability to do anymore. You know, because my back and my hip, both hips actually give me trouble when I'm on my feet too long or have been bending over, you know, too much. But there's stuff around here that we like to get cleaned up, rearranged, moved, that we just can't do anymore.
And we don't have anybody that can help us, so it kind of puts us in a bind a lot of the time. Yeah, and let's face it, that's what happens when you wear Army combat boots for 20 years and you have to march in them.
And run in them.
Yeah, parts of your body just go, yeah, no, and then they start coming apart on you. So, yeah, that's a bummer. God loved the military, but God, what they go through. I can't even tell you guys. So, yeah, I wish I had more time to diamond paint without having something else taking up my time. Life gets in the way of my diamond painting all the time. So yes, I'd like to be able to just sit and diamond paint for days on end at my leisure. That would be so much fun. I'd also like to have more time to sleep. Oh God, I want more time to sleep so badly. Those are probably the two most important things. So thank you, Ray, for last week's questions. Now we'll read this week's questions. Thank you again. What's something you're really bad at?
Oh, baseball. I'm not much of a baseball player. Or any sport really. The only sport I ever really enjoyed and got involved in was racquetball. I liked that a lot, but ended up injuring my back doing it.
Yeah, that one's hard on you too, physically. Something I'm really bad at. Ignoring a sale of diamond paintings. Really, really bad at that. I'm trying to get better, but so bad. And I don't even bother with a no buy because it'll never work. I know myself well enough to know that right now. So a low buy, maybe, I don't know. But yeah, that has become a weakness because you guys, the addiction is real. Oh my gosh, it's really real. I mean, and I don't know. I mean, people say it's FOMO, fear of missing out. I don't know if it's so much FOMO as it is just truly an addiction. You just want the best ones you see, and you want them right now before they sell out, and you want to have them available to you so that you can do them whenever you have time to do them, and it's a whole thing. So yeah, really bad at not purchasing diamond paintings. Ugh, trying to get better at that because it can send your budget off the rails kind of quickly. Neil, if you started a business, what would it be?
Custom loaded ammunition.
You never change. Boring, boring, boring. If I started a business, what would it be? I think I would give seminars to people on adoption and what to do and what not to do, what the pitfalls are, what are the good points, what are the difficult points. And I even went so far as to make an outline for a 4-part series on it. And so far the problem has been finding a venue that, can accommodate 4 weeks in a row. So yeah, I haven't been able to get out there and do it. So, but I would love to. I would love to be able to save people from going through some of the pitfalls that I had to find out the hard way. And also, you know, what they can do and ask for and what they can't, and how it feels to not know your child's history, because a lot of times you don't know, and what you can do to help you find out what you can't find out, you know, what that looks like. So yeah, I would love to do that. That would be really cool. I think it'd be fun. Do you consider yourself introspective?
I don't know about introspective. You know, I try to find out as much as I can about something before I jump into it with both feet. But oftentimes I find out once I'm in it, boy, I didn't know hardly anything as to what I should have known.
I consider myself introspective. I try to be. I don't know how often I actually succeed at it, but I try to be, because I think it's really important that you need to learn from your actions. They say that you learn more from your failures than you do your successes. I don't think that's true. I think you need to learn how to win with as much class and dignity as you can lose with class and dignity. So I think they are learning opportunities. But what I think is that if I really screw something up, then I will spend a lot of time debriefing myself, going through it over and over again, trying to figure out, where did it go awry? What should I have done differently to prevent the outcome? And you know, if it cost me money, and I lost whatever I invested because of the way I handled it or something, then I can have to consider that tuition, because I really got an education out of it, and that I will not repeat that. And so, but I think about it ahead of time, so when the opportunity or the situation presents itself again, I already have a game plan. So I don't just put my foot in my mouth, chew rapidly. As a Sagittarius, I do that a lot. So sometimes the mouth is working overtime and the filter's gone home for the day, and what comes out can get you into some trouble. So yeah, so I try to be introspective. I don't think I always succeed, but yeah, a good percentage of the time. How do you hope people describe you, Neil?
Truthful, knowledgeable, I don't know, other than that.
Truthful and knowledgeable, huh? That's very military of you, too. Or Boy Scout. I'm not sure which. I hope people describe me as intelligent, kind, and helpful. I'd like to have those 3 adjectives be attached to my name. That'd be pretty cool. Don't know if they do, but I hope so. What do you think makes someone a good person?
Well, they've got to have an attitude where they're striving to have a sustainable life, I guess I want to say. that they're, you know, kind to others, helpful, truthful. They work hard. I guess that's it for me.
Okay. What makes a person a good person? Honesty. You know, I think if you go around lying to people, that makes you the opposite of a good person. So, I think if you're honest, and I think if people, or if someone, you know, tries to be helpful and friendly to their fellow man, I think that's very important. You know, we need each other as much as possible. So when someone does their part to be a helpful person in that situation, then I think that's awesome. And I want to know that person because I really admire that. I think if they're willing to help someone else with a problem that they're having, you know, that's a potential friend. So that's pretty awesome. If you are considerate and kind of others before yourself, I think that really makes you a good person, especially nowadays. If you are willing to sacrifice of yourself for someone else, kind of amazing. If you're just all around jovial and good-natured and you bring a smile to the face of everyone around you, and you're aces in my book. What is something that gives you hope, Neil?
Well, we're not supposed to talk about politics, so I can't really say that. Someone realizing the mistakes they've made and putting in effort to improve themselves, to take themselves out of that situation, or not make the same mistake again. I guess learning from their mistakes. Some people, it's very hard for them to do that, I've found.
That gives me hope. Some of the younger generation that I've had the opportunity to talk to, I was a little worried about millennials, but I think they're doing okay. The Gen Zers too, and that gives me hope because I've seen some that are truly kind, and I wasn't sure there were any of those left, and that are, you know, care about their world, care about the water and the air and the, you know, children and their parents and, you know, all of the things that are important, because I don't want the next generation to decide if you're over 40, you're of no use whatsoever, and then what will they do? Because, I've been over 40 for a while, so I was really concerned that they would, especially since they were the texting generation, nobody makes eye contact. And eye contact is an intimate thing, and it's important because that's how you know how to gauge where you're standing with other people. And so if you have an inability to do that, either it doesn't happen, which is then very scary, or you are presumptuous about that person, what you think they're feeling, which can lead to misunderstandings and big problems. And so, you know, I was worried that they would be sort of stuck in that loop and wouldn't be able to accomplish anything or stay employed or, you know, do what needed to be done to keep the world going when our generations, you know, spent our last days here. So, but I've met several of them. I've seen them in action, and I think there's hope for the world. I do. I think they might be able to figure this out, and hopefully they'll do a better job on some of the things than we did. I think every generation did very important things and made a lot of important progress, and each subsequent generation has more to do. So I'm hoping that, you know, that it's not a lark, that they really are coming along and seemingly learning what they need to know. They're very bright. They're just an overall bright generation. And I don't know if that was because they had technology from birth. Remember, we're all migrant, you know, we're immigrants to technology. We saw its introduction, but we were not brought up with it. We had to learn it. They've never not had it. So I don't know if that by its nature sort of expanded their horizons early, or why exactly they sort of have a collective IQ going on. But I'm thankful that they do. I think it's nice too that they can see what's wrong with the world and want to fix it, which is great. Because imagine if they didn't feel that way. Imagine if they didn't care or didn't want to do their part or didn't think the world was worth saving. I mean, we're not going to be here forever, guys. That would have been just terrible. So, yeah, I think that I was worried about the coming generations, but I think they're starting to figure it out. So, yeah, that gives me hope, definitely. Where I didn't have some for a long time, I now have a little bit. So, woohoo. What is the worst song in your opinion, Neil? You have some to choose from.
Okay, I don't do hip hop. I don't do rap. Anything in that area, I can't deal with. So,
Well, yes, you do rap. You liked Hamilton.
well, that's different.
How's it different?
Okay, it's not gangster rap. Okay.
I see. Okay. You mean you only like it when you can understand the words? Is that what you're saying?
I guess, yeah.
Okay. You go ahead. I was just interjecting.
No, I'm done. So,
Oh, all right. The worst song in my opinion. Oh, good God. For me personally, it's anything heavy metal or punk rock. Can't stand it. So anything in that genre, you can have my share, because no. So yeah, it's just not my thing. So I'm just gonna leave it at that. And you know, no disrespect intended. I know people like it, and that's great. If you love it, I love it for you, but I do not love it. Okay. Where is the most beautiful place you have ever seen in person?
Wow.
Yeah, I'm going to move this just a smidge. Okay, there you go.
Wow, that's a hard one. I've seen a lot of beautiful places. The view from the top of Mount Whitney is unbelievable.
Nice. I think the view from the top of the Waikiki Sheraton is outstanding. It's a view of Diamond Head, and it's absolutely breathtaking. If you ever get a chance to see it, please do so. It's truly a beautiful thing. Yeah, I think to me that's one of the most beautiful places ever. Okay. What impresses you the most, Neil?
Wow. I guess watching your kid.
Which one? I have several.
Any of them.
Oh, okay.
Your kid, my kid.
The kid.
Get their life together. And, you know, not have a very screwed up life, which any of them could have had.
It's true. Why does that impress you?
Because some more than others, watching them grow up, you're thinking, he's never going to effing make it.
Yeah, you embraced your stepfatherhood, didn't you, honey? Mm-hmm. I mean, you guys, you haven't lived until you have matched special needs with retired military. It's something to see. I think what impresses me, I am impressed at how working parents can turn out some of the most amazing kids. I don't know how that happens when you're away most of their waking hours, and yet some of them just turn out amazing. So I find that very impressive. I know how hard that is. I have been in their shoes, especially the ones that have, you know, multiple kids in their family, 4, 5, 6, 7 or more. I find it astounding that they're able to do that. I mean, that's a Herculean task. So I'm always impressed by that. How do you react to anger from others?
Most of the time I just try to ignore it, unless it gets to the point where I can't ignore it.
Yeah, how do I react to anger from others? Not very well. I don't like it when, you know, somebody is angry and they're spilling it over onto everybody else. That's very frustrating for me. So if I can see that somebody's in a state like that, I will do everything I can to go around them and not interact or engage in any way, shape, or form. If I have to interact with them, I'm probably going to be defensive because I'm already annoyed that they're behaving that way in public where everyone else has to be affected. I can't stand that. It makes me crazy. Oh, no, can't do it. And I suppose it depends on the situation. I mean, if it's a road rage, that's one thing. If, you know, you walk in and you suddenly are witnessing, you know, domestic violence of some kind, yeah, I'm not a wallflower. I have to do it. If I see that coming on, I'm going to be the one standing there filming and calling 911. and hoping that you're still there when they get here. I'm that person. I can't stand it. Now, if somebody is angry at themselves because they didn't like how they did something or how something came out, then I feel badly about that, but I generally don't engage unless it's somebody I know and care about, and then I'll try to help them process through it. But yeah, I don't really like to be around everybody else's anger. It's all I can do to keep my temper in check. I don't want to have to try to do that in the midst of, someone else's chaos. So I'll avoid it if I can. That's for sure. What is something you have never truly wrapped your head around, Neil?
Well, several computer programs that I can think of offhand, but how we have been able to develop technology to do space exploration, I guess I want to say. And right now we've got some astronauts that are in a tough place. I read today where we've got, I know we have 2 astronauts on the International Space Station. Whether there are more there not from the United States, I don't know. But I know we have 2 there right now. And they have been trying to get them off of there for a couple of months. And I read where they're thinking they're not going to be able to get them out of there until early next year.
Oh my God. And that was supposed to have been, what, a half-a-day flight thing? And now it's already been 2 months, and now they're talking about another 4 months? Oh,
yeah.
I can't even imagine. Yeah, I see why you can't wrap your head around that one, for sure. I think the one thing that I cannot and probably never will understand is willful ignorance. I just don't get it. I mean, when we were younger and we needed to find out something from the definition of something to where something was located to how you do and accomplish something, we had to get a reference book and we had to read about it. And if we didn't have time to read it in the library, we had to make a copy because you couldn't check them out, and then go home and then try to decipher and hope you had enough pages and, go home and try to fix it. Well, there's none of this asking Siri or, going to the internet or, any of those things. I mean, and now they can do that. And instead of doing that, they just go, yeah, whatever. I don't know. I'll just ask somebody if they can do it for me. I don't understand that. I mean, the world is a click of a button. So why you would willfully choose to continue to just be clueless, I don't get it. I mean, I can't get enough mental stimulus. I will try to learn anything I can. Whether I use it or not, I don't even care. I just like to learn and to know things. To me, that's an exciting, fun thing to do. So for people to just not care when everything is at the click of a button, literally, the entire universe is at the click of a button. So I will never understand why ignorance is better. It doesn't make any sense to me. Do you hold grudges or do you let go of things easily, Neil?
I try to let things go. though there are some things that I won't let go of. And in those situations, I just don't interact with the person that is involved with that.
I generally try not to get to that point where I have to make the decision, because I will usually hold a grudge, especially if it's something that was harmful to me or someone I love. Then, oh, I'm going to grudge it, all right, absolutely, because if, you know, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. I will do whatever I can not to give you an opportunity to fool me again. And so, yeah, I'm more likely to hold a grudge, and I don't get there easily. I mean, you have to do something pretty major for me to get to the point where, yeah, no, I mean, I know a lot of people have how they feel about things like forgiveness, but I believe that there are things that people do to other people that are unforgivable. And so I won't be forgiving that. So, yeah, no. Now that doesn't mean that, you know, I sit and let things fester or go. No, I mean, what I mean is, yeah, I don't forgive you, and I'll remember you if I see you again or someone like you. Other than that, I get on with my life. Like, not a problem. I can absolutely live not forgiving people. I'm really okay with it. So, yeah, but I definitely want to remember you, and the way I do that is that you will send up a red flag anytime I see you or hear you. And that way I don't fall for it again. So, yeah, that's mostly it. And again, I try as hard as I can not to let it get to that point. But if it does get to that point, oh, grudge time. Yep. What is one thing you think most people have and never appreciate enough?
Time of their youth, because a lot of times you're so busy, you know, having a good time or worried about, you know, this and that and the next thing. You don't think about, this is one of the greatest times of your life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's unfortunate that you don't get to that level of understanding until your youth is past. It's a shame. The one thing that I think most people have and don't appreciate enough, I'm going to have to say the ability to breathe. If you've ever experienced asthma or COPD or just even a bad case of bronchitis or lung infection, I mean, everything you do or have to do requires you to be able to breathe and exchange oxygen. And so when you can't do it, oh my God, the misery. It's just unbelievable. So yeah, I think if you are someone who can breathe, literally physically breathe easy most of the time, yeah, say extra thanks for that, because man, to not be able to is misery. Well, that is the last question. Thank you, Ray. Appreciate that. Those were excellent questions.
All right.
If anybody has any questions they would like to ask for next time, or like to follow up on any that you heard here, or it made you think of another one, or you wanted clarification on something, let us know in the comments. That would be fine. Again, if you're joining the September event, the kickoff video is going to be next week if it goes according to schedule. Woohoo! And be on the lookout for that. That will have further instructions on what's going to happen. And then the first prize drawing will be Wednesday, September 4th, which is the first Wednesday after the start of the event on the 1st. So it'll be Wednesday the 4th. There will be 5 prizes drawn, and then that's followed by Friday the 6th. There will be 5 more. And then the following week, Wednesday 5, Friday 5 for the remainder of the event, the month of September. So, questions, comments, concerns, feel free to ask. You can send an email. You can catch me on Instagram. You can leave it in the comment section, whatever floats your boat. And so, was there something you wanted to say, honey?
I was just going to say that we have burned up our time.
Yes, we've exceeded our time with you guys once again. It goes so fast when we get to hang with you guys. So we hope that everybody enjoys the rest of their weekend and has a wonderful start to their work week. And thanks for hanging out with us again for another hour. We really enjoy doing these for you guys, and we're really glad that you seem to enjoy hearing them. We are still contemplating whether or not, when we are finished with this project, whether or not these will continue, or we'll just go back to doing our own thing. You can let us know in the comments how you feel about it. That's for sure. New subs, welcome. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to the Diamonds and Stuff family. I'm so happy to see you, and I'm really glad you're here. Thank you for subbing in. I know you had lots of choices, and I appreciate you subbing into my channel. Longtime subs, love every one of you. You guys are fantastic. The way that you keep coming back and leaving comments, chef's kiss. Fantastic. I just adore all of you. I can't believe I'm at like 960 subs. It's crazy, you guys. And thank you for that. That's because of you guys. If it weren't for you guys, I would have given up on this channel forever ago. So, yes, thank you one and all. I hope those of you that are participating in the event, I hope all of you win a spin on the prize wheel. That would just be outstanding. Other than that, again, leave comments, questions, concerns, ideas for what to call you guys so we can have a poll and make a decision on what I can refer to you guys as. And yes, just know that, we enjoy spending the time with you. You guys are really wonderful. You guys leave great comments. We always enjoy reading what you have written to us. We hope that you and your family and those you love are doing wonderfully. And if you're struggling right now, we will send extra happy thoughts your way. And we hope things resolve in your favor as soon as possible. All right, everyone. That is the WIP N Chat for this week. Remember, always be a dragon. Spread your wings. Protect those you love. Have fiery passion in everything you do. Stay strong, slay your fears, and always fly high, rise up, and soar. All right, everyone. Have a wonderful next week, and we will see you in the next one.
I'll see you. Bye.
Bye, guys.